of each other's batting averages.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
It's Write That Down with Mackey, Judd, and Rami.
Write that down.
That's right. Rami's name stays on the headline until he officially bows out of the batting average race. This is Write That Down. We are the only sports talk platform in America that actually keeps track of our predictions, holds each other accountable. 3 predictions from everybody every single week. They must be quantifiable. We bring listeners into the show every single week, Wednesdays. You can DM me on Twitter at Phil Mackey, or you can send me a fleet.
What?
Have you guys sent your first fleet on Twitter yet?
I saw that word. What does fleet mean?
It's a fleeting tweet. It's Twitter's way of copying basically all the other social media platforms, mostly Instagram, by having a stories function where you can like post stuff that stays for 24 hours.
Do I have
and
that?
since you're not super Instagram guy, you definitely have the ability to fleet. We'll teach you all this stuff.
We'll teach how to fleet.
Yeah. But you can DM me, even if I'm not following you, you can, my DMs are open. So at Phil Mackey on Twitter, if you want to participate. And we're going to get to Kirk. We're going to get to Simon. And we are winding down. Only a month and a half left in the batting title race, gentlemen. Judd Zulgad coming into the week batting over 400. He's basically been the wire-to-wire leader in batting average so far.
Yeah, it was Rami. Rami had the lead at one point. Oh, and Declan did too, right?
But Dex was like not qualified yet. He didn't have enough at bats, and then he
Rami definitely had the lead at one point. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. Although Declan putting together a strong rookie campaign, one of the great rookie campaigns, and Write That Down history to this point.
Joe Charbonneau.
Am I Ichiro Suzuki or am I Marty Cordova? Which one am I?
You are Joe Charbonneau. Look him up. Cleveland Indians.
Didn't Marty Cordova wind up like? I feel who was the guy that fell asleep in a tanning booth? Was that Marty Cordova?
Yeah, Cordova was Cordova. Yeah.
I believe
on the disabled list.
I believe he did. Yes, but he definitely did. He unfortunately. I mean, the guy was bronzed. Okay, so it's going to happen.
Yeah, he came on the Twins broadcast because I think he lives in Cleveland or something. He came on the Twins broadcast like 5 or 6 years ago, and just had like the tightest like medium affliction shirt and a belt buckle and stuff.
That is a guy who benefited from baseball in the 90s, gentlemen, and I think you know exactly what I mean.
So let's start with Judd Zulgad. Only one thing came off the board for you. You said the Vikings will beat the Bears on Monday Night Football, giving Kirk Cousins his first Monday Night Football victory. And you were correct with that prediction. Jonathan Harrison, last year's reigning defending batting average champion, nothing came off the board. Manny Hill said Justin Jefferson will have at least 700 yards receiving for the Vikings in his rookie year.
Way to go, Manny.
And he did. I don't think it's a home run, just because he was WR2 going into the season, but he's already at 700 yards with half season to go.
WR2 running 9 routes.
Well, WR
and the 7 route too.
I'm stealing the WR reference from Allen Robinson's agent, who referred to his client as WR1 in the red zone, and they never throw to him. Rami had nothing come off the board. I had a lot of things come off the board, a lot of red here. I told you guys like 3 or 4 years ago, and I didn't put an end date on it, but I said Chauncey Billups will take a job with the Timberwolves. Well, he took a job with the Clippers yesterday.
Assistant coach, right?
Yep.
What? I thought he was possibly like a GM candidate or a head coaching candidate. What happened here?
I don't know. Because Flip Saunders has interest in bringing him on as an assistant coach and then someone who could maybe take over. And then there was, he was in the mix to like run front offices.
The Pistons or something, right?
And now he's
I think I would have stayed in the TV biz if I was Chauncey. But
yeah, so he wants to get back in the game. So that's incorrect. I said the Wolves will trade for Devin Booker in 2020. We're going to take some of these Devin Booker ones off the table because the Suns just traded for Chris Paul. And Chris Paul and Devin Booker have been working out together all week. So, like, Devin Booker's not going anywhere in 2020.
Chris Paul, man, just keeps bouncing around.
Yeah, 36. Still has never won a championship. I don't think he's ever played in the finals before. The Wolves will trade the Wolves trade for Booker will involve a first-round pick and Jarrett Culver or the whatever. It's all
whatever you predicted
wrong.
At the time.
I said the Bears will beat the Vikings twice this season, and the Vikings will score 19 or fewer in each game. I had the 19 part. And then I countered Declan's parlay by saying the Vikings will lose to the Bears. Dalvin will be under 100 yards. Kirk will throw at least one pick, and Justin Jefferson will not score a touchdown. I was very close.
Oh, my gosh. You hit every part of it except the most important.
Dang, but that's why parlays are so difficult.
Yep.
That's why you get a couple cocktails in you at a Vegas sports book, and you're like, yeah, I'm going to parlay 9 baseball games. It'll be great.
That's right.
But I did make up for it by saying we will have a first-time Masters winner this year. And Dustin Johnson put the green jacket on for the first time. Listeners had a rough week.
Oof.
John in Manhattan had a parlay a few weeks ago. He said Cousins will, quote unquote, lead the Vikings to a 2-4 division record as part of a parlay. Well, they've already got 3 division wins. Tom said, our buddy Tommy Roller said that he will bartend at an event that has fans in 2020 at Target Field, US Bank Stadium, or Target Center. Now, is it possible that the Wolves, I don't think they're going to be able to at this point.
Fans. Nope.
So he did DM me to say, I will self-report, like, this is no longer possible for me.
Yep.
So he's...
Yeah, no, the Wolves will not have fans, from what I understand.
He said the Vikings will be swept by at least by 2 divisional opponents. RJ said Brooks Koepka will win a major this year, and the U.S. Ryder Cup team will win. Well, the Ryder Cup got postponed, but Brooks Koepka did not win a major. And we had RJ, Eric R., and Paul P. all say that Tiger Woods would win the Masters.
And not Phil M. That's incredible.
What do you mean?
I would have thought that
you
would have been right on board with those 3 predictions.
I thought you were talking about them predicting Phil Mickelson. Okay.
No, Phil Mackey predicting that Tiger Woods would repeat as Master Champion.
I can show a little Tiger restraint. A little.
Very small.
John W. said the Wolves will trade for Devin Booker sometime in the offseason. Again, it's not going to happen at this point. They just traded for Chris Paul. So, Declan, you had Freddie Freeman winning the NL MVP. If you would have said that at the beginning of the year, it would have been a home run. You said it when it was like basically him or Mookie. So
That's fine. No rats.
And then you had Bryson DeChambeau finishing at least top 5 at the Masters.
That didn't work.
What happened there? He got dizzy, didn't feel good? What's going on with Bryson?
Full of crap.
What's going on? Well, yeah,
dude,
okay. He's full of shakes.
He's great for golf, though. People say he's bad for golf. He's great for golf because he's a lightning rod. He's a villain.
He's like a wrestler.
Yeah, so he got screwed. I think it was the second round. So he got screwed. He because there's no fans, and so like when we golf and we hit a ball like in the thick grass, sometimes we don't find it because there's no one there to like find the ball, right?
Yeah.
So Bryson hits a drive that was like 10 yards into the left cut on the front 9, I think on Friday, and he wasn't exactly like in the mix leading, but he hits a drive in the left rough. And ordinarily at any other golf tournament, there's like 6 different course workers and like 1,000 fans minimum that will help point out where the ball is, and they'll all just gather around your ball, and then you hit it from there, right? Mm-hmm. Because there was no fans, and apparently like none of the course workers saw it. The ball was just deemed lost, even though it wasn't lost. It was like, no, the cameras caught it landing in a spot that was like 10 feet.
Why couldn't they find it off that?
They just couldn't find it. I don't know.
Weird.
So he had to go back to the tee box, and then he hit another one wayward.
So you're saying he felt fine, but was just ticked off.
He had a terrible hole that he kind of got screwed on, and then he just like mentally unraveled. It was a triple bogey, and he was just seething the whole round. And then afterwards, he makes all these excuses like, I was dizzy and I got COVID tested. No, dude, you just had a bad round, and that's okay.
That's okay.
Incredible Hulk, man.
Declan had a parlay. He said the Vikings will beat the Bears. Dalvin will rush for over 100. Kirk will throw for over 220, and Justin Jefferson will catch a touchdown. And you didn't get all those.
So, Phil, if you had just taken the first part of what Declan has as his parlay, you get a home run.
Correct.
That's correct. So, very close. So, here are the current statistics. Judd Zolgad still batting .410 with 3 home runs. Rami, .386 with 1 home run. Declan up to .340, or like settling at .347, I guess, with 1 home run. I'm down to .284 with 3 home runs. Listeners down to .209 with 2 home runs. Manny Hill, .196 with a bomb. And John Harrison, .170 with 2 home runs.
Write it down. You like writing things down. Write this down.
All right, let me bring Simon in on the phone. Simon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I hear you just fine, Phil.
Awesome. So we got Simon in the mix, and we've got Kirk on our video stream. If you want to watch the video version of Write That Down, youtube.com/ScoreNorthMN is our new YouTube channel there. So, Kirk, what's going on with you, man?
Not much. How are you guys?
We're here to probably swing and miss, at least me. I haven't been doing well.
Or outstanding.
Yeah. Kirk, are you here to square around, or are you here to hit some bombs? What's your strategy?
Dingers, baby. Dingers.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. And Simon, what's your strategy today?
I'd say it'll be like some bombs, but mostly kind of lowish.
All right, so you're gonna come in here a little Matt Tolbert, Lou Ford action for you.
That listener average though was slowly climbing up.
Actually, it dropped from 230 to 209 last week.
Yikes.
So
that was pretty ugly.
It was pretty bad.
A lot of red.
So we'll start with Kirk, and then Simon, and then Judd, Declan, Phil, and we'll go around the room 3 times. Kirk, lead us off. Let's do this.
Alrighty, write this down. with the NBA draft being tonight in that theme, the Minnesota Timberwolves will be looking for a new coach after the next NBA season, and they will hire John Calipari from the University of Chicago.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh my God. Kirk comes in here. He's trying
Write
to
it down.
hit
You like
out
writing
of
things
target
down?
field.
Write this down.
Onto the plaza. It's rolling towards target field. Woo. Target center.
Love it, dude. Love
Holy
it.
cow.
All right, Simon.
The Vikings will be the 7th seed in the NFC playoffs, and they will win the wild card game.
Ooh.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
When's the last time the Vikings won a playoff game as a wild card team?
Last year.
last season, yeah.
Oh.
They beat the Saints.
Okay.
You know what happens if they get that hot, though, when it comes to Kirk? 4 more years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
4 more.
4 more
Stop the
years.
count.
Let's give Zimmer another extension.
Oh,
Scott
everybody
another
gets an extension. Everybody
Right.
gets an extension.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Judd Zolgad.
Dalvin Cook will be named the NFL Offensive Player of the Year by the Associated Press. So he's going to be named the NFL Offensive Player of the Year, and that's an Associated Press award.
Okay.
AP also gives out the MVP, but he's not going to win that. But he will be the Offensive Player of the Year, which is sort of the consolation prize to the best offensive player who doesn't win MVP.
Is that how it normally works? Like they gave that
Michael
award
Thomas
to-
won it last year. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you're really good, but it's going to be a quarterback who's going to take the MVP, so you get something.
Wait,
else.
so Pat Mahomes didn't get that award or the MVP award?
Correct. I think Michael Thomas of the Saints got it last year.
I guess he did miss a couple games.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right,
That is
Dex.
correct.
All right. The Timberwolves will announce a trade tonight on draft day. I'm just going to say that. The Timberwolves will announce a trade tonight on draft day.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't know who it's going to be, but there will be a trade involving the Timberwolves tonight on draft day.
All right, sounds good. Could be anything. Could be
Could be
them
anything. Could be
trading back into the first round
Right.
or something.
Could be anything.
Write this down.
Write that down.
All right, write this down. I'm going to make a couple Timberwolves draft predictions as well. I think they wind up making their first overall pick. Well, I'll just say this because it's possible they could make a trade. I'll say the Timberwolves will select Anthony Edwards number 1.
Okay.
And then if they happen to trade him or something, I'm going to leave that separate. So they will select Anthony Edwards at number 1.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Write this down. Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, back to Kirk.
All right, got another big one. The Chicago Bears will hire Jim Harbaugh as their next head coach.
That's a great one.
That's the Royce theory too.
Yeah, that
He
came
threw
up
out the same
yesterday.
thing. I like it.
I mean, it makes some sense. There's the Chicago Bears connection, and he's clearly not going to be now. If that Michigan job opens up, I'm curious where PJ Fleck falls in the discussion.
Ooh.
I wouldn't worry about Fleck after this season for a
I
while.
don't know. You could.
I think you're
I
okay.
think it's like a $10 million buyout. So he ain't going anywhere.
I also
Michigan's got someone.
I also don't think, but if you were going to fire Harbaugh, I think that the next coach has to get the fan base there excited. And right now, coming off the season that he's going to be, I think he wouldn't get the fan base in Michigan excited.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Simon, your second prediction.
Okay, this one involves sports media, and this is a parlay.
Uh-oh.
In the next set of TV contracts, Major League Baseball and the National Football League will both have games on ABC on a consistent basis, and the NHL will have games on Fox on a consistent basis.
Wow, are they going to bring back the glowing puck?
I hope not.
I'm with you. I'm with you. Please don't.
So just so I'm sure, Simon, you said the NFL and MLB will be on ABC and the NHL will be on Fox.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
Cool.
exclusive though, of course not.
Sure.
Right.
but-
I got you.
Yeah, we'll just sprinkle
I'm
some. of the
all
red.
for the glow puck, by the way. Bring back the glow puck.
No,
Oh, you're in on the
yeah.
glow puck.
It was
bring
all-
back the glow
It
puck.
was,
dude.
you were in your diapers. It sucked.
Yeah, because that was 1998. Now it's 2020. It could be like a legitimate thing. It was
No.
over the top in 1998. It can be actually
Follow
awesome in
the
2020.
puck yourself.
Well,
It's hard on TV.
you're speaking like a typical hockey fan who is anti trying to get the casual sports fan, and you're part of the problem, Judd Zolgad.
Anything
Yeah,
that
dude, I agree.
glows, I don't need. I don't need a disco
You should
ball
start
on
a
my
hockey
television
blog now.
either.
Start a hockey blog.
Anything that glows, you're out on.
I'm out on things that glow. I'm out on people who are bronze, and I'm out on things that glow. Okay,
He's out on people with glowing personalities.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
just-
out on glowing.
Write it down. You like writing things down. Write this down.
All right, who I even lost.
Judd.
Judd. Okay.
Judd's up.
Alex Kirilloff will finish in the top 3 for American League Rookie of the Year in 2021.
Okay.
Alex Kirilloff will finish in the top 3 vote getters for the American League Rookie of the Year in 2021.
Okay.
Write it down. You like writing things down. Write this down.
If that happens, I think it's a certainty that Eddie Rosario is not on the roster anymore to open up the playing time. Right?
Or, as was thrown out in the Pioneer Press on Sunday, maybe he does that playing first base.
So then Sano would be, well, that would mean that Cruz is not re-signed and Sano's your DH, or Sano is gone altogether.
Or, yeah, the Pioneer Press shooter had the idea that Sano could be traded to the Marlins for Max Meyer and pitching.
Oh, that's right. You emailed us.
I sent you that. I sent you that, and Kirilloff could play first base.
Is that shooter just sort of like making up trades like we do sometimes, or is that him getting information?
When it comes to Charlie, I can never tell.
Was it a little birdie?
Reckless speculation. It read like he was putting pieces together fairly solid.
The godfather of reckless speculation.
He is good. Oh my God, I love that column, man. On Sundays,
little birdie.
That column. Oh, little. Don't print that.
Yeah, I love that.
That's my. Don't print that.
Write this down. Write it down. You like writing things down.
Declan Goff.
All right, the Vikings will win their next 3 games.
Woo!
So Cowboys, Panthers, Jaguars. The Vikings will win their next 3 games.
Okay, we need a ruling here. I think mathematically that's a home run.
Yeah, because it's.
I mean, if they win 3 consecutive games, yes, they will be favored in all 3. But those are all 3 like sort of 60-40 coin flippy games.
Yeah, I think it's
if
a home
Declan
run.
flips a coin 3 times, it's
I have
a
no
home run.
problem with it.
Yeah.
Like they should win them all, but I have no problem with that.
But like this, like they just showed a graphic. Like the Steelers are favored right now in their last. Because are they 9-0 or 8-0, whatever?
They're 9-0.
They're favored in their last 7 games, but they only have a 5% chance to win all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even though the Vikings are favored, like they probably only have like a 10-20% chance to win all 3, 30%. So let's give Dex a home run if that happens.
Sure.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, write this down. Another Timberwolves draft night prediction here. The Timberwolves will make 2 picks between 1 and 16. So they have the 17th pick. I'm saying that they will trade up higher. So they will make picks between 2 picks at least between 1 and 16 tonight. I think it's likely that they make 2 picks in the top 10, but that's just a side anecdote.
You could go for the home run, but that's okay.
Well, maybe I won't.
But
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Or then they make two picks in the top 10, but you are predicting, or
I'm saying
that it'll be like picks like 3 and.
Well, I'm saying
9.
so they have the first pick in the 17th. I'm saying like if they select number 1 or whatever, I'm saying that they will move up from 17 as well because I think they like some of those players.
Write this down.
All right, Kirk, your final swing.
Alrighty, write this down. Don't mean to be negative here, but there will be no college football playoff.
Yeah,
really?
I mean,
Okay.
it's it's tough because it seems like a couple conferences, like the Big Ten, is just teetering every single week, right? And they don't have as much time to make up games.
But the thing is, I don't think the playoff committee, who are going to take the teams, I don't think they're beholden to Big Ten rules, and all they want is one team, Ohio State.
And so they could just like pick Ohio State
and just take them
right now.
Yes. Like Wisconsin is out. Like it doesn't matter. The Big Ten, the playoff people are not going to take them. So like they can play 5 games, 4 games.
Yeah.
They can play 20 games.
True.
But they want Bama, Ohio State,
Koivu,
your club, Notre Dame,
Coyle,
I think, right?
Go to Clemson.
They just want those 4 teams. And I don't know that they care how, and Clemson, and I don't think they care how they get them.
Yeah, it's good. I mean,
Oklahoma?
like Ohio State can
Like, they'll
just be
just
shut
cancel
down now, and the playoff committee would say, "Why don't you just quarantine for a week and
That's
a half?
exactly
and
what they'll do.
Come down and play against Clemson."
This is so much about financial gain.
Kirk, you made 3 great predictions. You've stepped up to the plate, and since you have this gigantic platform right now on Mackey and Judd, who in your life would you like to thank that got you to this point?
Well, I'd like to first of all just thank you guys for giving me this kind of outlet to enjoy sports. I know I told you, Phil, I own a restaurant in Hudson. It's not fun right now, very stressful to say the least. And
Which restaurant?
It's called Patty Ryan's Irish Pub.
Nice.
Okay.
I've been to Patty Ryan's Irish Pub. I enjoy, and for anyone, I'm assuming that you guys probably aren't under the same, because right now in Minnesota, it's going to go back to takeout. I don't know what the situation is in Wisconsin, but give you guys some business in any way is what I would recommend to our listeners.
I sincerely appreciate that. And you guys are a great listen. Great to hear on the way and home from work. So I had fun today. Thank you.
Kirk.
Appreciate it, Kirk.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming on, dude. Appreciate it.
Be safe.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Simon, your final swing here, dude.
Okay. This one's not a sports prediction, but this is piggybacking off of one of Phil's from a few weeks ago. As you mentioned before, Trump will start his own news network, whether it's online or on cable, and he will get Sean Hannity from Fox to join.
That's a great prediction.
Oh yeah, that's happening.
It's a great prediction. Because if he does start a news network, his singular focus will be to conquer Fox News.
Yes.
Yep.
So he'll look to poach. He'll look to poach Hannity. I don't know if maybe he'll poach Tucker Carlson, but yeah, I mean those guys make a ridiculous amount of money, so he'll have to come up with some funds. But I like where you're going there, Simon. Who in your life would you like to thank that brought you to this moment, this peak moment here?
My friends and family, of course, and also this is a weird one. 1,500 ESPN's marketing department in 2014 for buying those billboards for the station around St. Paul, Minneapolis.
Were they the ballsy ones or the hometown guys, not homers?
I think it was the last one that you mentioned.
That's right. Hometown guys,
like
not
your
homers.
faces on the black background with the logo on the side and stuff.
There's some good
Hey
stuff.
guys, thing. So KS95 and my talk still have billboards. You guys should get back up there and get more listeners.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, we should just do like a whole podcast update on
that'd be fun.
what the last 7 or 8 months has been like for us. But we're definitely still trying to grow AM 1500 Score North Radio as much as possible. But the reality is AM radio is not as much of a growth platform as podcasting and YouTube and in other places. In our app, you can still listen to us and our podcast on the Score North app. So ultimately, like we're just trying to build a bridge to where audiences are going in the next 5 or 10 years. And so that's probably why you see a little bit less emphasis on driving people to AM 1500 as maybe 5 years ago.
Okay.
So that was probably way more information than people needed to know, but
I like ballsy personally, but that's just me. Thanks, Simon.
Simon, thanks for coming on, dude. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, that's Simon.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Ballsy billboards.
Never thought I would hear a request for the billboards back.
Listen, maybe we can put our own funds together. Just put our
No,
own.
No.
Maybe.
Well, you know what? You two can.
The best part about the hometown guys, not homers. So we did these photo shoots. We did like 3 photo shoots. We did one in 2010. Then when Judd came along in 2011, we did another one.
They were big.
We might have done one in like 2013 or 14 too. And I remember we did like 45 minutes of, they've got us with like 3 different outfits and poses and stand back to back and big smile and like act like you're throwing a football, you know? And then there was one where the photographer guy goes, all right, I need both you guys, Mackey and Judd. I need both you guys to give me, I think actually I might have been doing this with Royce.
Yeah.
And you were doing
this
with
Dubé.
Dubé.
Yeah, most definitely.
And then they eventually photoshopped us together when we had our own show together. But I remember they told Pat and I, give us like a scowl, like you're just kind of like you're angry and mean. Like give me a mean face. And we're like, okay. And those are the ones that they picked out for the ballsy billboards. Like, just look as mean and intimidating and uninviting as possible, and we'll put you on a billboard.
And then you look like a jackass for like 4 years after that, right?
Yeah.
Mean Mackey.
A young Declan Goff used to see him driving up to St. Cloud State.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
Now look at this, full circle.
Write it down. You like writing things
All right,
down.
my last one.
Yep.
The Gopher football team will have a game canceled before this season is complete. So at least one. So it could be more. I don't know. But they're going to have at least one game canceled before the season is complete. And it might not be their fault, but I'm just assessing that I don't think they're going to play all of their games.
All right. I like it.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
Declan.
All right, my last one. Matt Nagy will be fired before Matt Patricia.
Oh,
Ooh, well, so if they both are fired on Black Monday, we're talking about if
It's
photo finish.
it's got to be like
What does
10:01.
Yeah, what does Glazer report?
10:14.
Yeah, Glazer,
Okay.
Rappaport, whoever comes in first.
We're checking Twitter timestamps if that happens.
That's a tough one because you don't know that the news could leak after the firing.
Sure.
So like you could be right, but you could lose the point because it's going to all depend on how it's reported.
Yeah, it's because we aren't going to know when the conversations took place. We're never going to be able to prove that. So we have to go off of when it gets reported.
Like they'll probably
first.
both be fired on Sunday night after their last game, but the reality is it probably might not get out till Monday morning.
Yeah. I could see, I think Matt Patricia has probably made it to the end of the year at this point. Like, I think there's a chance that if the Bears get smoked again after their bye, there's a chance Nagy could go like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Or after Thanksgiving.
I think if he was going to get fired, though, he would have been fired after the game on Monday because that would have given them the bye to put a coach in place and regroup for a week. I don't know.
Honest to God, if Matt Prater doesn't make that field goal on Sunday, I mean, I think Matt Patricia probably would have been fired.
Well, he should have been fired after the game here.
God.
I mean, that was disgusting. What the
Write it
Lions
down.
did.
You like writing things down.
Bev's there. Daryl Bevell.
Yeah.
Oh,
OC
man.
could have taken over as interim coach of the Lions.
He was a super hot head coaching candidate, like after his second year, third year with Russell Wilson, right?
Didn't the Bears talk to him?
Yeah,
I
he got
think
interviews.
pre-Nagy, he was talked to by the Bears.
He got interviews. Dex, your final prediction.
That was my final prediction.
Oh,
I said
sorry.
the Nagy. That's up to you.
So it's up to me now.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to make a go for football prediction
All the
too.
pressure's on you.
Judd was taking a lot of heat over the weekend. People saying, the Gophers are a disaster and Rashad Bateman is not a first-round pick. So write this down. Rashad Bateman
Write it down. You like writing things down.
will still be a first-round pick, despite this train wreck season that the Gopher football team is having.
Mm-hmm.
And I think his performance at the combine will help reassure teams, no, this dude's a stud. And look how many wide receivers are going in the first round lately. I don't think it's like 10 years ago, wide receiver was more of a plug and play position because you just had all these like pocket passers who could just turn Greg Jennings into an all pro guy. Right. Yeah. I think you're seeing now because quarterbacks are being drafted in large part for their overall skill set, mobility, etc. And they might not be as refined as like Peyton Manning was at picking apart a defense. You need receivers to help elevate quarterbacks in that way. And so receivers, I think, are more valuable now and are just like being drafted in the first round now. So that's even more reason Rashad Bateman is going to be.
I agree completely. And do you really think that Bateman from 2019 to 20, like just lost it?
No,
like no way. He didn't just lose his ability. Now the offense stinks. And especially against Iowa last week, it didn't look good, but I don't think there's any way that he just within 1 year forgot, all the stuff that he did positive. So I'm with you on that.
Agreed.
Completely.
Write this down.
So those are your write that down predictions and an accountability session for this week. Only a few weeks left in the 2020 season. Can Judd Zulgad hang on to the batting title?
410 going
crown?
in.
410 going in, and Rami has some things that can come off the board, but we might get him on again to make some predictions before the end of the year, just to give him a few.
Now I'm getting nervous
shots
about that because he might come back and beat me if he does that.
I can pretty much not catch you at this point, especially because I have a bunch that are going to come off the board.
I feel like Rami's got the best chance to.
Declan can too.
No, I could.
You got to get hot, and you probably need Judd to come under 400.
Yeah.
And Declan would have to get pretty high.
I'd have to have like quantifiable things that come off the week, and I'd have to hit them.
Mm-hmm. I think that's your strategy, dude. I think you're going to have to go. Take some swings.
You're going to have to go all immediate picks.
I'm not doing the John Harrison couch. Well, I can't.
Well, you can't.
Games, but
we would not allow it again.
I'd have to do like NFL games. I'd have to do like predictions on each week. Would probably be the only way it works.
Yeah, this John Harrison was batting like 200 last year and was way gone from the race. And can I just predict all the bowl games and have them count individually? We're like, whatever.
Why did we just like roll over on that one?
Yeah, I don't know, because we're idiots.
And you're the math guy.
I know.
You're the one that should have said, no, man, that's far too simple for you.
I should have simulated like giving him 40 at bats at like a 400 or 500 average, how that would affect his season total. And I was an idiot. So anyways, let's get Royce